Hi everyone, I'm Anshika, and before we talk about other stuff, I just want to quickly mention about this book that I'm reading. It's called Men Search for Meaning. I bought this book in 2020 during COVID lockdown, but I haven't read it. I thought it's too serious to read in COVID, but 5 years later we are here, and I was reading this book. I have read this much, and I have read till page number 76. I still have like 100 something pages to read. And let me just quickly mention that how eye opening this book is. So this book is basically by Viktor Frankl, who is also a psychologist, and he was in the concentration camp in Germany during the Holocaust for around 4 years. I haven't finished the book, I've just read half of it. So he goes on to share his memories of from the concentration camp, and all his descriptions are not to show that the grotesque nature of concentration camp, but he is a psychologist, so he focus on the psychological aspects of it more. And after describing an episode, that how he dissect the psychological transactions that are going on in everyone's head, the guards, basically supervisors, and the prisoners. He mentioned a lot of his experiences that he still remembers by the time he have written this book from that time. One of There are many interesting episodes. One of them were when one person insulted him, and he feel insulted not because he insulted him, but because he was insulted for the wrong reason. So basically, this one of his guard tells him that, first he tells all those people who are working that you guys have no humanity, and you look like that you are not help you don't never help each other, you are like lazy pigs. He used to call them pigs, and like, you lazy pigs, you don't really work. And then a few minutes after that, some other prisoner, he almost slipped, so this author helped him to not slip. He stopped his work and just quickly went there to help him. So this guard who was watching them, he beats him and insults him and say that you should focus on your work. But just few minutes before, he have told him that you guys have no humanity, you guys have no work ethics, basically. And when he did show some work ethics, like helping others, so the first guy, if he had slipped, then all those four people who were working with him, they would all fall down because they were carrying like a iron rack something. So he did a good job, and instead of first he said that you don't have no ethics. Then when he did show some, he said focus on your work, which was very infuriating even as a reader. And just imagine, don't try to suffer yourself. But like, then he just goes on to explain this, how this episode have affected him. And he don't try to like glorify his pain. He just try to dissect his pain, all the mental torture that he and the other prisoners went through it. And he made some really interesting assumptions and theories. One of them are apathy, and how it helps us humans to, it's like a self-preservation mechanism in us. And it's really interesting when you read about apathy in the worst human situations, that how apathy could actually help someone survive. Because apathy is quite tricky, like it's very difficult to not think of apathy as like laziness or rebellious attitude. It's an actual thing. So yeah, I just want to mention about apathy. And yeah, this book is really interesting. At the same time, it's it's a lot. So the first day when I read it, I only read 2 pages because it was a lot. And the second day, I knew from the first day's experience that it's going to be a little grotesque, a little disturbing maybe. So the second day, I was prepared, and when I read like 40 pages because it was so jarring. And today is the third day, and I have read like 25 pages, 52, 25 pages, and I'm thinking of reading till page 100. I'm thinking of finishing the part 1 of the story. Till this point, the author have already mentioned about his concentration camp life. I'm really interested to see how the author was able to come back from that horrible experience of living in concentration camp for 4 years with no hope of ever escaping, to coming back to normal life and continuing his profession. I think he became a teacher in some university. He became a professor of neuroscience and psychiatry at University of Vienna Medical School. Like how this transformation took place, like how did he manage to get out of that mental trauma and not let PTSD stop him. Yeah, I just want to briefly mention this today. Yeah, so right now I'm not reading anything else. I was reading lessons in chemistry, but this became too interesting, so I put that book on hold, and now I'm reading this. And it's quite short and quite fun, if not fun but interesting. Like it will really like shake you when you'll read this. And once again, this book is not about pain or like painting a illustrative picture of concentration camp. It's about analyzing the human and inhuman aspects of it. I think this video is already quite long, so I'll just cut it short and end this video here. So thank you for watching. Bye.